Support for today's show comes from Career Fitter. Career Fitter is a site where they give you a 60-question test. Takes about 10 minutes. And out of that, they're going to give you recommendations basically for your ideal business environment, a team building approach, career matches, work strengths, income potential based upon job matching, preferred communications methods, weaknesses that you may have, a whole host of things. They'll give you a free report. They have a premium report as well. Quality service recommended by Forbes, Psychology Today, and quite a few others. So use the link in the show notes. It will help you start to figure out some of the things you might consider with a new career. And if you hire me to coach you, I'll give you a little bit of a discount and reimburse you for some of the cost of the premium report, because it'll help us both with coaching. And now, let's get going. This is No BS Job Search Advice Radio, episode 2069. I'm your host, Jeff Altman, the Big Game Hunter, and welcome. I spend time Monday through Friday talking with you about some element of job search because I believe it doesn't have to be so hard, difficult, painful, or take as long as it does. It's just, there's a different skill set to finding a job than doing a job. This weekend I did a workshop for a group of men in the southeastern U.S., over Zoom, of course, and it was about courage. It was a nice workshop. Men had a chance to talk about some of the things that they had done that were courageous and look at things that they were procrastinating about doing that they still could do and might be able to do with some support. It's a good experience. I enjoyed it. And now let me talk to you about you. And today's show is one where I talk about how to find out who to contact at a firm. Hope you find this helpful and give it a great review wherever you listen to the show. And I'll also say, listen to the end. I've got the reminders about some of the services that I offer. Now, let's get going, okay? Today's show is brought to you by Skillshare.com. At Skillshare.com, they have thousands of classes available, not just simply about business or job hunting, but lots of different classes on a host of different subjects. Almost anything you can think of, and they have one low price associated with your learning. They have classes about particular technologies you can learn, pottery, public speaking. I have a half dozen of my classes about job hunting there. Writing, photography, film, almost anything you can think of, they have Skillshare classes available. Now, if you use my link, thebiggamehunter.us/Skillshare, they'll offer a free trial and 30% off if you decide to join. There's a lot to learn, and Skillshare is a place where you can learn it. Now, let's get back to today's show.
Hi, I'm Jeff Altman, the Big Game Hunter. I'm called the Big Game Hunter because I've been hunting down leaders and staff for organizations for more than 40 years. Today I want to talk with you about how to actually contact a firm that you're targeting to work for. Now, let me give you a scenario. You see an ad online. You see something in a newspaper or trade publication. A firm is hiring. You want to get an entry point there. Another scenario. It's a firm that you'd like to work for. You've heard great things about them. This is a firm you'd like to be employed by. How do you enter? How do you get your resume in front of the right person? Now, the classic dumb way to do it is go online, search for listings, apply using their applicant tracking system. Frankly, people used to complain about the black hole when you were mailing resumes or emailing resumes. Applicant tracking systems are just as bad, if not worse, because they use computerized algorithms to reject you, in effect. So the basic way I'm going to start off with is, if you know a firm is hiring or you're targeting this organization, what you want to do is go to LinkedIn, see if there's someone within your network that happens to work there. You contact that individual. You tell them, I saw something listed there. Could you point me to the right individual who I should contact, who I could approach about this role? Or would you be kind enough to refer me for this job? This is what my background is. Would you be kind enough to forward a resume? Now, why would they do this? Especially since LinkedIn has changed over the years. And instead of being just purely close relationships, it's very weak relationships. People who have a vague reason for being connected with one another rather than just simply close friends. Why should someone do that? Why should someone refer you? Very simply. If they refer you and you're hired, there's an employee referral bonus they'll often get. So there's a financial incentive for them to do that. Now, they also don't want to refer bad referrals. If you in no way, shape, or form fit the requirement, if your resume does nothing to highlight that you're a fit, don't waste your time. You're wasting everyone's time. No one's going to do that. Would you? But see if you can contact someone that you're connected with on LinkedIn. Just don't look for first-level connections. Maybe someone within a group that you're a member of. Not a member of groups? Join the largest groups for what you do on LinkedIn, because that helps you extend your network for in-mails without it costing anything. So join large groups on LinkedIn so you can connect with more people. Now, if you're still not connected to the right person, here's another avenue that you can explore. It may cost you a few cents, but if this is really what you want to do, another site that you can go to it's currently called jigsaw.com. I suspect in the next year or so it's going to be changed to data.com. Jigsaw was acquired by Salesforce. It's being rebranded as data.com. Right now you can get on either way, but I think Jigsaw is the current entry point. Data is about to be the entry point. Now, what this site does is it tells you the names of people at organizations who you can contact, who are in particular roles. So if you want to hire, for example, contact a chief information officer at a firm or a chief marketing officer, it's going to be there. If you want to hire or contact people in HR, it's going to be there. They may list 27 people in HR. You're going to have to kind of piece your way through it, but it's a way that you can connect with the right individual. Another way is sometimes public libraries have access to Hoovers. Hoovers is a pay service, and Hoovers will allow you to do much the same thing as Jigsaw or Data. Whereas Jigsaw/Data is member propagated. That is, people who are taking out are also putting in. Hoover's doesn't do it that way. They've searched the web and they're looking for information through a variety of sources to propagate their site. Both work very well. Try different ones. Try either one, I should say, to get an entry point to an organization. And then if you're contacting, for example, a chief technology officer at a firm, I understood you were trying to hire for someone in your organization was trying to hire for this role. Could you point me to the right individual? I'm happy to contact HR, but I prefer to contact the line individual who's responsible for the job. Why? Because HR, let's work with the talent management system, for example. It's a dumb system. It's supposedly intelligent, but it's actually dumb. You want to actually get to a decision maker. HR doesn't make decisions about whether to hire. They have the first line decision about whether to reject. They can't guarantee the hire, only the hiring manager can. HR can influence your compensation. You want to perform well in front of them, but ultimately, it's a hiring manager that's responsible for whether or not you're chosen. So get to the hiring manager, let them know that you're interested in a particular role. You want to have a chance to connect with them. Is this a good time? I'm telling you to call them. Don't just send the resume. If you ask to send the resume, if you're not getting calls back, then instead of just simply calling, then send the resume. And indicate that you'll be back in touch with them. Could they get back in touch with you, give you a sense of when they might be available to speak?
So that's today's show. I hope you found it helpful. And if you did, I've got a lot that's in the show notes that will help you. Go there, take a look at some of the things I highlight. I know it can help you with your search. But I want you to do one thing for me, and that is put in your phone thebiggamehunter.us, Jeff Altman, my name. And when you need help, when you need advice, when you have a question, come over to the website, go exploring in the blog, contact me for coaching or because you have a question. I'd love to help you. In the meantime, I hope you have a terrific day, and most importantly, be great!